Can I talk to y'all about racism? Because I would love to end racism tonight. Can we end racism tonight? A friend of mine is a guy named Charlemagne the God, and he invited me onto his platform, a place called the Breakfast Club, and we had a conversation about race. And I realized in order to really understand racism and cure it and get rid of it forever, we have to understand a very basic premise. And that is, we all live in very different worlds, right? Very simple. As a black man, I live in a very different world than a white person. Women, you live in very different worlds than men. There are certain obstacles and things you have to deal with that we wouldn't see as men. As a black man, there's certain shit I have to deal with that y'all don't see. But let me tell you the day that I learned we live in different worlds. Now, I told you I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, whitest place I've ever been in my life. You don't laugh, y'all, it was hard. It was real difficult. I was born in Chicago, Illinois. I did not see a white person ever until I moved to Boston. I was in the 6th grade, and I was so nervous. First day of school, you show up. We didn't have no money. Like, my shoes had holes. You know those old stories, right? My clothes were all messed up. And I go to school with all these white kids, and this really nice kid named Eric became my friend. Eric was the nice kid. I walked into the cafeteria carrying my tray, and Eric said, "Would you like to sit next to me?" "Yes, I would, Eric." We have our lunch, and Eric says, "After school, do you want to come home and play Nintendo?" "Yes, I would, Eric." Now, the funny thing is, I did not know that white kids talk to their parents differently than black kids. So our teachers that day, first day of school, our teachers that day gave us a quiz. And if you didn't do well on the quiz, you had to take it home and have your parents sign it. Those of you guys, born a century ago, remember they had to bring shit home and you had to now it's all text messages and all crazy, but we had to bring it home and hand the beating. This is gonna get you in trouble. You had to hand it to your parents. So I gotta go home, but single mom, my mother's at work. I go to Eric's house to play Nintendo. His mother is waiting in the kitchen. Now, this is literally the first white home I've ever been in my life. And all I'm thinking about how amazing it's gonna be to play Nintendo. True story, I'm not making a word of this up. We go in the house, Eric's mom is in the kitchen. Eric hands his mother this quiz that he did not do well on, and he says, 6th grade. This is an 11-year-old boy. Eric says to his mom, "You better not tell Dad." And I was like, huh. And the mom said, "Okay, but next time do better." She signed the piece of paper and handed it back to Eric, and Eric says, "Let's go upstairs and play Nintendo." And I'm like, "No, I want to watch this more. I need to see more of this. I don't understand what just happened." I'm 11 years old. Then I go home later, because I didn't do well on this quiz either. But y'all gotta understand, the first way we learn is through observation. That's how human beings learn. And I had just observed some new shit. So I go home after playing Nintendo with my boy Eric. I walk in the house. My mother is sweeping the kitchen. Swear to God, my mother is about 4'11". I have never seen this woman raise her voice. She's the sweetest, most amazing human being ever. And I walk into the kitchen. My mother is sweeping the floor. I said, "Ma, I got to give you something they gave me in school today." I handed her this quiz I did poorly on. I said, "Ma, you better not tell Dad." I didn't even see it coming. No lie. When I got up, I swear, if you ever see my brothers, you can find them on social media, but is Elliott telling the truth? When I got up, my mother had a broomstick in half. And she said, "You better not talk to me like that again. Now you shorter than me, so you use half that broom and finish sweeping. And I was like, I can't copy white kids no more.